everybody, happy Wednesday. And when it's Wednesday here, I'm on the website KatiMorton.com as well as on YouTube. So if you asked your questions underneath Tuesday's video using the hashtag KatiFAQ, I found some and I answered some already, and I've been on the website and going through a bunch of your questions as well as some journal topics. And I have a journal topic from Millie. Thanks, Millie. And I'm just really worn out today. I'm sorry if my energy is not as great as normal. I spent the day at Fred Jordan Mission downtown LA and sorted a bunch of food and put it into food bags for the homeless, and we fed them fried chicken and rice this afternoon for lunch. And surprisingly, it's a lot of work, like moving all these pallets of veggies and stuff, like canned veggies. I'm sore. It was like I worked out in a weird way. But anyway, it was a great day, and that stuff always just warms my heart and puts things in perspective of how lucky we all are to have a roof over our heads and to have food in the fridge and, you know, have the ability to choose what we want to eat. Oh, I'm in the mood for Thai food. No, I want pizza. Like, are you kidding me? Some people don't even get to eat. So just sometimes it's good to go volunteer and put things in perspective for you. And we get to help other people out, you know, when they're struggling and when they're down and out. And when we're down and out, we want other people to help us. Am I right? So anyway, so that's why I'm a little, because I just kind of want to watch some Modern Family reruns and take a nap. But anyway, okay, so question number 1. Hey Kati, is it okay to write a suicide note even if you're not planning to ever act on it? I find it makes me feel better to write the actual note like I am to do it but never go any further. Is this okay or should I do something different? Now, this got a ton of thumbs up, and if for any of you who are new to the channel, when I have a YouTube thing or on Twitter where you can actually like or thumbs up things, give them, you know, hearts or whatever it is, the ones that get the most, get my attention the most, and they're most likely to be answered. So this one got, I think, like 16 or something. So that's a lot. And it's definitely okay to write a suicide note. Many of my patients have done it. I wouldn't say I encourage it, like, oh, this is really helpful, blah, blah, blah. But if it's something that helps you, there's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, it's like journaling. But you're just not calling it that because it's a way to express what's going on inside. Like, put it out there and be like, this is really shitty and this is how I feel and this is what happened. And then it can feel good. Like, oh, I got it out. Like, it's not just ruminating inside of me. I put it out there. Anything that helps you feel better, that's a way to express in a healthier way what's going on inside, is a good thing. And if it works for you, I never question stuff like that for my clients. As long as you're not putting a plan together and actually going to commit suicide, that's the only thing. As long as it helps you express what's going on and you feel better about it and it's healthy, this is a healthy way, that's fine. It's just writing things down. I think it's really great. And that's just that's how I feel about it. Okay, question number 2. I was in inpatient a little while ago, and when I was admitted, one of the nurses had to take pictures of my self-harm cuts and put them in my file. Is there a specific reason why they did this? Now, this really surprised me. First of all, I mean, in any of the clinics I worked in, I never worked in one that was specifically for self-harm, although we had many patients who struggled with self-harm. We never took pictures of their cuts. I would, at some points, if my patients were struggling and they were not really telling me what was going on, I would say, do you have any fresh cuts? Is there anything you want to show me? You know, should we get the doctor? Blah, blah, blah. I would ask questions like that kind of for safety and health reasons, making sure if they needed stitches or whatever it was, that it got taken care of. Now, the only reason I can think that they would do this is that if they do check you, I don't know, they might check every week to be like, oh, do you have any more cuts or burns or bruises or whatever? This way, they already have a record of what's happened. So you can't say, oh, I did that before I came in here. Because they're like, no, we have record of what you did. And to me, it seems a little, I don't know, ridiculous and kind of like invading your privacy, because it's all up to you wanting to get better and understanding what triggers you and then helping you learn new coping skills, and we're going to slip up. But whatever their policies are, I would assume that's what it is, and that would be my only guess. But I want you all to know, if you go into a treatment center, if you go to see a therapist, if you go to get any help, it's help that you're getting for yourself. You have rights. You can always ask. Like, hey, I don't understand. Why the hell do I have to fill this out? What's this mean? You can ask questions. It's okay to say, this makes me a little uncomfortable. Why are you taking pictures and putting in my file? Is there a real reason? What's the purpose of it? That's okay. You can ask that. That's fair. We should all know why things are happening. So yeah, I would ask. But that would be my guess, that it's so that they know. So if you say something was from before, they can prove that it wasn't. Not that that helps anything, but that'd be my only guess. Okay, question number 3. Hey Katie, I really want to recover from my eating disorder, but other than my therapist that I see 1 or 2 times a week, I don't have any natural support. I don't feel safe reaching out to the people closest to me because of things that they've said in the past. And I know the internet can be great for support, but it doesn't seem to work for me. Not having support makes me sad and depressed, and I don't know how to build any kind of support system. Please help. Now, this can be really difficult. I'm just going to be honest. Building a support system is something that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. The best way that we can build a support system quickly and effectively is through building a bigger treatment team if you can. Like if you can see a dietitian and you can see a psychiatrist and you know, that kind of a thing. Whoever, I mean, you have a therapist, so that's great. So you can kind of add to that for your own support for different issues. And you can join a group. Now, I know many of us are nervous about groups and we think that groups could be really scary and we don't know what to expect, but I promise you they're not that bad. It's a great way to recognize that we're not alone in it. It's a great way to learn tools from other people, and it's a great place to express what's going on and to potentially make friends and create a whole nother support team, support system. You can text and call and meet up because you're all working together on your recovery. So that would be my advice. Now, if you're looking for groups for eating disorder recovery, almost every treatment center has a group for people who aren't at the treatment center, who people are working on recovery, who are recovered, who've been through their program and want like an alumna group. A lot of them have groups. So I would contact any of your local eating disorder treatment centers or hospitals and ask them if they have any groups for that. Like even if it's DBT groups, if it's eating disorder focused, any of that would be wonderful. So that would be my advice. Now, I'm going to ask any of you, if you have ways that you've created a support system when you were struggling like this person is, can you let us know below? Because this is kind of tricky and it takes time, and we don't just want to have anybody in our support system and be our close friends. It takes time for us to figure out who they are and trust them and understand them and them understand us and all the stuff that goes into building a relationship. So that's why I think groups and treatment teams as a whole can really help, okay? But let me know if there's something else you've got. Now, journal topic. From Millie, and this is really cool. I had no idea about this. It says, today is bonfire night in the UK. I didn't even know what this was. It's one of my favorite nights. Everyone wraps up warm with hot dogs and mulled cider around a bonfire. Oh, yum. That sounds really good. We have fireworks and sparklers and Catherine wheels. It's such a great community experience, and I love it. It started as an annual anti-Catholic celebration following on from a failed plot by a Catholic group, including Guy Fawkes, to blow up the House of Parliament, attempting to kill King James I and the rest of Parliament. It always makes me think that an attempted mass murder, which incited a group hatred, could eventually lead to such a wonderful community festival. Isn't this amazing? The whole of the UK still celebrates it to this day. If something that horrible can lead to something that good, then there's no telling which great place, whatever horrible thing you're going through now, will lead you. Think of things that happened to you that seemed like the end of the world, but actually turned out for the better. Take heart from those and let this period play out. It may just turn out better than you could have hoped. And happy bonfire night, everyone. I thought this was great. I can tell you personally, I've had some shit times in my life where I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this happening? Oh my God. And you know that country song, if you're going through hell, keep on going. It's true. And you get out the other side, and honestly, I look back on some of those hardest years, and it's when I grew the most, and I learned more about who I am and what I'm really about and what I plan to do with my life. And I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't had that shit time. So I think this is great. This is a great journal topic. And thank you, Millie, so much for it. I love you all. Mwah. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to recharge my batteries, and I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll be on Twitter. So ask your questions there using the hashtag KatieFAQ.